Hi guys, welcome back to Unveiling with Nisi. On this show, we deep dive into conversations that are rooted in love and understanding. In this episode, we will talk about our journey of motherhood. Motherhood will look different to each and every mother on this floating rock we call Earth, okay? But being different holds nothing negative. Motherhood isn't just a role, it's a tapestry woven with love, sacrifice, joy, and challenges, creating a connection that transcends generations. Join us as we navigate the intricate paths of motherhood, from the universal threads that bind mothers together to the unique stories that make each journey a masterpiece of its own. We'll engage in heartfelt conversations with two other mothers today. So this is very exciting because instead of one guest, I'm having two. We are from all walks of life, sharing our wisdom, struggles, triumphs, and the moments that define what it means to nurture life. Through candid conversations and touching narratives, we'll explore the transformations that occur within a woman as she embraces the mantle of motherhood, from the exhilarating anticipation of pregnancy to the bittersweet moments of watching children grow up before our eyes. This episode will show you that new mothers can find solace, inspiration, and a sense of unity in the shared experiences that shape the essence of being a mother. So whether you're a mother, have a mother, or you admire a mother, this episode is for you. Tune in as we embark on a journey that celebrates the beauty, resilience, and immeasurable love of motherhood. Hello guys, and welcome back to Unveiling with Nisi. In the last episode, we talked about taking time for yourself so you can be better for others. And that is an important topic to touch on because when it comes on to motherhood, you realize that we don't really take time for ourselves. We prioritize our family. So today I have two of my friends here, Sashika and Chantal, that is going to be deep diving into motherhood with me. So we're going to be going into a few details about motherhood. We're going to be sharing stories. We're going to be getting intimate, and we are going to be having a few jokes into it. So yeah, hopefully we can make it through this episode because they are having too much fun and they're only drinking water. So guys, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
We're ready.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to have them introduce themselves. And the first one, we're going to go with Sashika.
I'm Sashika. Hey everyone. Hi podcast world. If you went to Knox with Nisi, then you probably know who I am. Mother of one, husband to some husband. Lord of mercy. What you stress now?
Oh, it's fine.
Wife to somebody's son. Wife to somebody's son, nurse by profession, mother to Aria, and everything else that I'm required to be in this life is who I am and what I am.
Amen to that. Amen to that. And we're going to head over to Chantal.
Hi guys, I'm Chantal. I also went to the big school, Knox High. I'm also a mama for one beautiful baby girl. I am a fashion stylist and also a fitness trainer. So everything about your body and confidence, that's all me. What else am I? I think that's about it. Short and spicy.
That's about it. Short and spicy, right? Don't you just love the short and spicy introductions? So these are the ladies, and I am so excited. So let's jump right in. The first question I wanted to kick off this episode with was, how did you prepare for motherhood, both mentally and emotionally? So when it comes on to motherhood, I didn't really think too much about it. I wasn't one of those moms that was like, oh my God, I can't wait to be a mother. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. No. I married someone that wanted to have kids while I had the whole mindset of just enjoying life. Everything just came into play and we decided, okay, we're going to compromise and I'm going to have one child, right? He wanted two and now we have one. No, if we are going to talk about having a second child, then I have to have a maid. But in other
Hello?
in
Amen
any
to that.
way but because the help is always needed when it comes on to mentally, I did not prepare. I just worked through the emotions because when we were planning everything, we were planning with the mindset that Ryan was going to be over here and we're going to be able to, have each other as a support when we gave birth. However, it did not work out how we wanted it to work out, and we just had to make it work. The good thing was that I was able to have my mom and my sister here for support. That really helped because it offset a lot of the struggles that comes after giving birth. Because a child wake up like every 2 hours or so to feed. You have to
Or
be
every 30
pumping. Yeah,
minutes.
or every 30 minutes. See,
Mm-hmm.
and diaper is always wet and they're always uncomfortable, so it's like it was good to have that second person or third person present that I could offset those duties to, so I could be able to get rest. So although I did not prepare for it, I had the support that I needed when it all happened. And then I decided to take my what do you call it, what do you call it when you take break? I forgot.
Maternity leave?
Maternity leave. That is what I was looking for. I could
Maternity
not find
leave.
it. But I decided to take maternity leave in Jamaica because that was where Ryan was and I really wanted him to have those early. So at this time we started to have some technical difficulties, but basically what I was saying is that I wanted Ryan to have those early weeks or months with Azalea right after birth because I wanted him to bond with her. So I opted to go to Jamaica for my maternity leave and basically have him bond with her. So part of that was making sure that she has that connection with him, just like how I had the connection once I gave birth. And I even went to Jamaica when I was about 6 months or 7 months pregnant. So I went to Jamaica so he could bond with her while she was in utero or while she was still inside my belly. So yeah. So let's see how the other ladies approached this question. So, what is your take on the fact that, how did you prepare for motherhood, both mentally and emotionally?
So for me, I prepared, I think I did a lot of preparation going into like labor and birth and not as much preparation for motherhood, and mostly because I didn't know what to expect. Like motherhood is one of those things that you don't know the trenches that it can be until you get there because it's not something that we talk about. So for me, when it came to labor, birth, delivery, like that whole process, like I was fully prepared. I did all the things. I had a doula. I read all the books I could read, watched all the documentaries that you could watch and all of that. Like I did all of that. And I had a game plan going in. Everybody knows that initially I wanted to do a home birth, but the way how 5 days of labor was set up, I very much took myself to the hospital. But but when it comes to like motherhood itself, like I think once I got there, meaning once the baby was here, it was a balancing act of managing expectation and establishing like parenting values and facing fears because we don't know what the hell we're doing. We're just in this position now and you're just like, okay, let's figure this out. Like it's a learning process as you go. And then mindfulness, like being mindful of me and baby and everybody else involved. And therapy. 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 Like that's the mental piece. And then from an emotional standpoint, I am 2.5 years in and I'm still trying to figure that out. Was not prepared. 0 out of 10 stars. Do not recommend.
You know how like me I try holding the laugh there because me know that was coming.
Oh my
Me know that did come because as it relates to motherhood,
Emotionally, it is a train
That was
wreck.
coming.
It's a train wreck.
And
Oh
like
my
as much
God.
as you want to plan, there is so many things that
It
can
is.
happen that you just. Oh, who that Kyra?
Not Kai in the background dying. This is the perfect example of motherhood,
Hold
child.
on.
Here we are.
Just go
Just go with
ahead.
it. Just go with it. It's fine.
Preparation for birth and everything, yes. Like I did the whole, I used hypnosis, I used a lot of hypnosis recording to go through birth. But when it comes on to motherhood and preparation, that was a whole thing by itself. And the beauty about it is that I did not go to a hospital, I went to a birthing center, so they facilitated a lot of things that I wanted to use while I was dilating. Because while I was like 6 centimeters, I was on the yoga ball trying to bounce down to at least dilate a little bit more, and they were able to give me that peanut ball and everything. A birthing center really facilitates the whole birthing process and the support needed there. But as I said, as it relates to motherhood, no matter how you plan and you wish for the best and hope for the best, it's like life is going to do what life does. And in all honesty, sometimes we have no control. I remember when before I became a mother, I usually talk about, oh, me go do this and me da do that and my pitney can do this and my pitney can do that, as if I can lick one handrail right now. At this point,
That part. I used to do that, and you stress
and I
yourself
stress
out with
myself
it.
out.
Because I was very much that parent where,
Exactly.
oh my gosh, her pacifier drops on the floor.
Wash
She
it
can't use
off.
that pacifier anymore. We have to get a clean one. And then it just got to the point where I'm just
Are
like,
you dying?
Alyssa germs won't kill.
Exactly. I'm like, your
It
white
won't.
blood
You'll be
cells are
fine.
up and running. You'll be okay.
It's all jokes, guys, so don't get your panties in a bunch, okay? It's all jokes. Or not.
So yes, Chantal, we're heading over to you. How did you prepare for motherhood, both mentally and emotionally?
So, preparing for motherhood for me was really good because I think mentally at the time when I was like, we were planning on getting pregnant, like I was in a great space mentally because I had started yoga, not yoga, meditation and stuff. And I was in this whole training of doing I was going on this program because I was in college at the time. I was going on this lifeguard program, so I was mentally like at a good place and physically. And I think once you're at a good place physically, like working out and stuff, you mentally you're good. So I was right there. So preparation for me was really good during the whole pregnancy. I had like I would say one of the best pregnancy because I didn't have morning sickness. I didn't have
Big up
anything. The
you.
only thing that
Big up
happened to me
you.
was the
Because
growth
I
of
was
my
vomiting and
my
driving to work.
tummy.
Big up
That's the only
you.
thing that
Big up
made
you. I
me
am jealous.
feel
I am jealous. Not me wanting
So,
oh my
you know
cheeseburger and
what's
fries and
crazy?
then vomit it right back up while me I
listen
drive
to
to work.
me.
So, you know what's funny? That's so funny because for a very long time, whenever people would ask me, how's your pregnancy journey? Like, I would avoid talking about it because I've heard so many
Mm-hmm.
horror stories of other people's experiences. And I'm just like,
Horror
people are
stories,
going to hate me
right?
if I tell them, say, I'm chilling.
I hate you guys. I hate you. My car smell like vomit for
No,
good
like I
two
talk about
months. My
no.
car smell like
I
vomit.
talk about
Me, I don't like it.
I literally talk about it. No, because like persons I've talked to like a couple like women who got pregnant and when I told them about my story, they felt better because they said they hear
Mm-hmm.
so much like horror stories like they don't want they're scared to just the thought of even going into delivery and all of that them feel afraid. So I talk about it just because I want, me know how it is to just be in pregnancy and just want to come out. But it was good, and even labor, I was really good to the point where me I get the doctors them joke that is how good it was. Like it was, yeah. Because one thing I will say during pregnancy, like I practice breathing so much. Like breathing is my best friend. May hold on on the bed railing for dear life, but I was breathing right through everything, and I think it helped me tremendously because, like, as me say, me never even make it to delivery room, right in the labor room, the picnic come. So it was good. Like my whole journey, my preparation was really
Child.
good.
Big up
So
you. Me never have it. Me never
yes, I
have
hope
it.
everybody
I me
has
never get no.
that.
I never get no epidural. So me did have to just. I'm stay at
I
home
hope
and
for the
labor.
second
I
one.
labored at home, and I told my mom I am taking a bath because what just come out of me
Wow.
when my water broke smell like chemical. I am not going to the people them hospital go spread
Mhm.
eagle and smell like chemical. I'm going to take a shower, and so I did. I did take a shower. You're not
Oh
going to
Ah,
my
be down
this is
God.
there.
funny.
Listen, so here was so on the way to the hospital, I was like, when I tell you, but you don't know me, pure joke. Like I took out my clothes and I said, listen, as a stylist, I have to go into this styled. I took out my clothes, put it on the bed, and I said, this is what I'm wearing into the delivery room. My house. So listen, may I put on my
Girl, a hot
makeup
girl.
because guess
Hello?
what, girl, I have to look nice. That is exactly. So when I reach the hospital, them tell me to go to the bathroom, clean off the makeup, and clean off the makeup and
Well, that
everything.
is good.
But on the way I felt good. So that's all that matters.
That
Crying.
is that is good. Not me looking like farmer's wife going there in a muumuu. But you did good.
Oh
You did. You did amazing. So
Ah,
big up you. How did you react when you found out that you were pregnant? Me know some me did pregnant because my period regular. So when my period never come, I mean know we were trying, but they just say, okay, me know I'm pregnant. But I don't know, like taking the test and seeing pregnant, because me did bougie like that. Me have to get the one where my PV on it and it tell me pregnant instead of,
clear
yeah,
blue.
clear blue. I
Hello.
bought two. I bought two because me want to make sure. So when I saw pregnant, good, it was only in panty alone in the bathroom. And me just slide down on the wall and bend down. And me just say, what is
but
this?
but
Although
my thing
you have
exactly.
unprotected
That's what
sex,
I
you
was gonna
know.
say. Like, I have friends will come to me and say, "Chantal, I'm pregnant," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Girl, weren't you going on the? Let's keep it PG. But weren't you having sex without a condom? Like, what you think gonna happen? A new iPhone going to pop up?
The possible
I'm screaming.
Like,
not
listen."
iPhone.
I'm screaming.
But
Oh my gosh.
Not
yeah,
iPhone,
so
no.
for
Not
me, when
iPhone.
I found out I was pregnant, like, so, so I missed my period and I took the test and it showed negative. But then, may I said, no, man, I never missed my period for so long, like, probably into a month, close to a month. Then when I went back for the test that I took, like, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, me see the
It's a positive.
pale line from the something. Jesus Christ. But I was saying to Dave that, I think I'm pregnant. But then I took the test and it said negative, and I took another one and it said negative.
Okay.
So when I went back for the one that I took previously and I saw the pale line, I was hoping to tell him for his birthday, like, give him the news for his birthday. Then after his birthday, I sent him and said, guess what? We're pregnant. Lord Jesus, God, this man was at a race car show. And me not think me did excited, so never. Me not know him probably jump and scream. Jesus, Father. Me not think me did so excited for Cardi
Oh my
baby.
gosh.
But that I was happy.
Sash, what about you?
So my situation is a little different because it was planned. Because as everyone knows, who if you're close to me, you know that I had an IUD in for like 8 years, 7, 8 years probably by this point. And so we had gone back and forth about when to have children multiple times. And COVID came. And I'm just like, well, nothing now keep. So if you want to have a child, I feel like this would be the right time because I wasn't going to school because everything shut down. The only thing that was happening really was work. So I went to my OBGYN, took my IUD out, and kid you not, the very first time,
Not the song.
Boy.
the very first time. But here's the thing though. So like with big people things, we did that. Great, wonderful, love that. And then I'm just carrying on about life like regular. And I remember at the time I used to work night shifts. So Nisi, graveyard shifts. And I came home and went to sleep, took a shower, went to sleep. And I thought I was sleeping for maybe 4 hours or so. Babe comes and wake me up and he's like, "You good?" And I'm like, yeah, just tired. He was like, "It's 4 p.m." I'm like, huh? So he kind of gave me like this little look, and then he was like, he walked out of the room, and probably like 15-20 minutes later he came back and he was like, "I think you should take a pregnancy test." I'm looking at him like he crazy. I'm like, "Boy, bye. No, there's just no way." Granted, as if we weren't doing adult activities with the intent to, right? So then I thought, after he left, I thought about it and I was like, when is my period due? So I start looking on calendar now and I'm like, the math is not mathy. So he might be onto something. So I had said that I had told him that if I didn't get a period by the end of the week, because that's when it was due, I would take the test on the weekend. But after seeing that the math was not mathing, I said, you know something? How about you go get that test today? And he got the test, brought it home. I told him to stay in the living room, and I went to the bathroom to take it. And I waited because girl could not, at the longest 3 minutes of my life, girl. But when it popped up, like I wasn't surprising. So I was just laughing. Like if you know me or no, me I dead with laughing in my bathroom. Okay? Dying with laughter. And usually, like you always see people do these grandiose, like, I told my husband I was pregnant, or I told my this that I was pregnant. Girl, me took up the pregnancy test like this, like I'm bringing a spoon. And brought it to the living room and gave it to him. And he looked at it with the knowing that what it was going to say. And then him just laughed too, and he goes, "I told you." And I'm like, "You told me what?" Dying laughing. I have the video on my phone. It's hilarious. That's my story. That is all.
Girl.
Oh my.
When me did tell Ryan did just be like, okay, me didn't know, because we had me call it one weird experience, because when we were doing the
Oh
deed,
my God.
and when we were doing the deed and he came, it's like Mr. to Ryan said, me feel like he didn't have one, like he didn't have one heart attack. Like like me did not feel like, are you okay?
What is that? What you mean? As in he
Like,
came through the door, or what are you?
Which door? My doors? And I
Oh,
was like,
Jesus.
patting him on his shoulder, like, you okay? Like, mind you,
That one come out and
everything-
two.
That looked like
That-
it did connect, like it connected, like we felt.
It's
both-
true. No, for real. Like for real.
See, I'm not the only one.
The same.
I had my
Ceci,
friend
can
said,
agree.
Remember?
I can agree.
It's a, no, you see that baby, that
baby come.
What you call it?
I don't know what
That
name, but
baby
me call it
come.
baby come. You see that baby come? That
It's
was
true.
the
I can
extra
It is
concur.
different.
I agree.
It's different.
Yes.
I agree.
It's different.
I
It's
felt
something
like
about
it
it is
took
different.
power. It took a launch. It's like
Yeah.
every blood from everywhere went down there and projected into wherever.
No,
But
it's true.
honestly,
It's true.
it me swear Ryan did I have me the pants up and with my naked body the pan. You're good. You're hello. Because this is not how we need to call. We don't need to call police like this. This is not the time.
Oh gosh.
This is not the time.
I'm dying. I knew this was going to be a riot.
Jesus.
But
No.
in all
Mm.
honesty, definitely was interesting. And my next question for you guys is, do you think your pregnancy restricted you in any way? Meaning, like, if you were working out before, going to work, was there any period of time where you were considered high risk and had to go on bed rest? So, do you think that the pregnancy affected your lifestyle in any way?
So for me, I remember I had this instance because I was overseas. I was doing lifeguard training. Well, I was a lifeguard during my first probably
And we were in the same
4 months
state.
of pregnancy. I
Yes,
cannot believe
yeah,
this
we
up
were
to
in the
now
same
that we were
state,
in the
yeah.
same state and we
States,
never
yeah, you did
even.
call me and talk.
Jesus.
Dude, you were away.
Yeah,
You
that's
were like
true. I was really on a
3 hours or
mountain.
something away, yeah.
Yeah. So I had this scare in my pregnancy because I think I was doing too much, and it's because I wanted to just be fit and be able to deliver this child. So I was doing so my routine in the day was like in the morning I had to do like 12 laps in the pool, and then after that is like we're roaming because we're doing lifeguard, and then after I came home, I went in to do like some workout and me train hard when I'm working out. So I did that, and I remember one time because I think it's because of the fibroids that I have. It really sent me in the bed. Like when I say sent me in the bed, like the night I started to feel some very excruciating pain, and I could not lift myself out of bed. Like I cried so hard because my like, what the hell happened to me? And worse, you're in a foreign country. So had to go to the doctor and stuff, and they say it's because of the fibroids. And I told them what my activity was, like my activity level during the day. And they say, I have to cut something because it's too much. Sorry. So that was the only scare I had in my pregnancy. After that, after I felt better, like that was about it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. What about you, Sashika?
So for me, I didn't have any restrictions. However, everybody knows that I'm petite. I have a very small frame. And so one of the things that I ran into was syncopal episodes, especially during the first and second trimester. And it happened. So none of them actually happened where I passed out and like fell to the ground because that would be dangerous considering that I'm with child. But I remember the final straw was me and Babe went to Home Depot to get something, and all I can remember saying to him was, I feel faint, and I grabbed onto his arm, and I don't remember anything else after that. And so, as a result of that, told my OB what was going on, and she sent me to go get a full cardiac workup to make sure that there was nothing else going on. Thank goodness there was nothing else going on. The cardiologist basically said to me that this is just how your body responds to pregnancy. Your body is doing a lot, like you're literally baking a person. So, that was my only I guess scare, not really scare, but like only concern during pregnancy. I worked all the way up until they told me to go home because I worked through COVID when I was pregnant. So COVID was in the building that I was working on. They kept me off of the COVID positive floors as best as possible. And then finally, when the floor that I worked on became COVID free, I was like, oh, we're good. So my intention was to work up until the day before my due date that was given to me. And then probably like 2 weeks before, another person tested positive on my floor, and my scheduler was the one who said, pack it up, go home. Because basically her thought process was, you went through this stint and didn't catch it while pregnant, and now it's back again and you might not be so lucky, so I'm sending you home. And so I pretty much went through my pregnancy scotch free.
And that's
That's good.
amazing. And it's good
That's
to
real
have
good.
coworkers like that that is actually supportive. because then
Yeah,
they're looking out for the greater good for you and your
for sure.
baby.
And I
So
still talk to that person to this day.
yeah, of course. For
Yeah.
me, I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes, and I was also diagnosed with hypertension. And I had it was mostly they put me on medication. I think it was glipizide. Yes, goody. They put me on glipizide,
Pause.
and
I didn't know that.
They put you on what?
oh yes, so yeah,
I
so
didn't
they
know
put me on.
that. How did I not know that?
Cause me did live at Oklahoma at the time. I mean, I think we did a talk a lot. When I was living in Oklahoma, we weren't talking a lot, right?
Well,
And
that's true.
and I think most of it I had to, because it's Oklahoma, so I had to be driving to see a
No, we don't know.
specialist.
It's Oklahoma.
So it's country, okay? It's country. So I had to be driving to a whole nother city to see a specialist that was covered under my insurance, because the ones that were around me weren't covered. So I had to go to a
Lord
whole different
Jesus.
city. Yeah, I had to go to a whole different city to see that specialist. And they put me on glipizide, and one time I filled the prescription, I took it once, and I did not take it again because my blood sugar was like 107 in the night, and I know it was 147, and me take the glipizide, and when me wake up in the night, me did a sweat, like me did just wet. I mean, like me tell my sister check my blood sugar, and she checked my blood sugar, and it was like 47.
Oh,
And
wow.
me dead there, I mixed apple juice with sugar and a gulp, and I told them I'm not going to take this medication
What?
anymore.
So, for those of you wondering what glipizide is, it is a anti-diabetic medication that helps to take down the blood sugar. In layman terms, it helps to lower your blood sugar. At the time, my blood sugar was running high for the test that they have done, and they wanted me to be taking this medication.
Yes, Mama. I told them I'm not going to take this medication
That's
anymore. I would
low.
rather go to a dietitian and speak to them about adjusting like my meals and how to work with that. So that is what I did. I actually got a dietitian instead of continue on medications. For my blood
As you
pressure,
should.
I told
Medication.
them I'm not going on any blood pressure medications. I am going to be using garlic. So what I was doing was cutting garlic into tablet forms, and I was just taking that twice a day like it's medication. I did smell like garlic. I'm
Mm.
not going to lie to you. I did smell like garlic, but my blood pressures were
Wow.
130 something, 140 something. It was no longer like 160s, 190s. Like the systolic was not high. So
Yeah.
that worked out. Then I had a girls trip planned, which, meaning think in my mind about this whole girls trip and getting pregnant, and it would happen at that time. And I was like, hell no, me not start my girls trip. Me I go Costa Rica same way. And I did. I went to Costa Rica at 6 months. I went hiking. I went
Wow.
swimming. I got massages when I was there. The only thing is like they had a excursion that I definitely could not do. It was like strapping up and going down a river, and I did not want to just
Mm-hmm.
go there and unable to do the hike and do all of that. So I did not go to that. So I volunteered to like go in the town and do a massage. So to me, at the first trimester when I was vomiting like crazy, that was my first issue. Then I went into the whole being diagnosed. In the second trimester, I was diagnosed with gestational diabetes and gestational hypertension. And then working through that phase, and everybody thought I was going to have a big baby because of my blood sugars and all of that. And Azela was
Mm.
like 6 pounds, something ounces. I not remember that. But she was not close to being like huge. You get what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
like just taking up, like, that's why I said like moms have to advocate for yourself, because if you don't know better, you won't do better. And if you are just being told to take the medication, you're just going to take it. And then if they tell you, oh, your blood sugar is fine, or just take a snack or whatever, it's like you have to listen to your body, especially when you're pregnant. Listen to your body,
Mm-hmm.
because your doctors can tell you something, but what is going on? How are you feeling? And that's what
Yeah.
I did.
Right, right.
You took I took the initiative to be like, okay, instead of giving me medications, can I get a dietitian? So I'm not
Yeah.
basically dismissing what they're saying, but just trying to do a bit like an alternative route
Alternative.
of a
Yep.
yeah. So
A
an alternative
natural.
option, yeah, because if not, it's like, how are you feeling? They can't tell you how you're feeling. You are the one feeling
Hmm.
how you're feeling. But I did not have to get hospitalized throughout all of that process, because what I did was kept up working out, not working out like Chantal, not swimming no laps in no pool, but
Right.
but I was just doing
It's
like my walks. I'll do my 30-minute walk in the morning, and as it got closer to labor and stuff, I was still doing those walks, and I started going in the swimming pool more, but it was more of going in the swimming pool to do squats. So that's what I was using the swimming pool for, to do squats, so I can, take my time and just gradually help her to move down into that canal to help with birthing. But for the most part, like being active, especially throughout the end, it really helped. And I did, guys, I do a lot of herbal teas. So I was on my raspberry tea because I had to get those muscles down. They're kicking.
Don't work.
Girl, it
Raspberry
worked for
tea did
me.
not work for me. Okay? But
Me
drink
get the
raspberry. I should have
is
turned into a raspberry the amount of raspberry tea I drank.
wow, Sashika.
And you see,
It's
guys,
true.
that is the difference, because see, I took it, it worked for me, and Sashika drank it like a storm, and it didn't work for her. So
But that's
therefore,
is that is literally motherhood in a nutshell. Both
yeah,
things can be true. It
it
can be easy to
can.
one person and it can kick
Yes,
somebody else's ass, and
yes.
motherhood has hands. And let me tell you something, them hands work
Dre, put
on me,
hands.
okay?
Oh my
Oh
Them
my
gosh.
hands
gosh.
work me.
Oh my God, I am
Mm-mm.
thoroughly enjoying this conversation. Guys, we only finished one section, and I think we've been over 45 minutes now. One section, one, and we have about six to go. So, my next question for you guys, we're going into balancing act. So, how do you
What is
manage
that?
the delicate balance between being a mother and your personal and professional life? So, how do you manage life right now,
Hold on.
being both a
Before
mother
we go
and a
any further,
professional?
what is balancing act? What is that?
Look here,
No.
you have a husband, child, household chores on one, and then you have work, right? And then how do you balance that? Because for me, I'm just depressed, right? I am thoroughly. I don't know. Sometimes there is something not even on the scale. Something just drop off. Like, for example, poor husband just drop off at a scale, and it is like we're just coasting. And sometimes in life, you are going to coast for a while, and that is okay. You're not going to I get
right.
the whole idea of like butterfly and roses every day. I love that for the people that have that. But for
They
me,
don't
the
have it. They're
reality.
lying.
There is no one who has that.
They're
Not no,
lying.
no.
Unless,
Mm-mm. I
unless,
don't think.
unless you are a part of the upper echelon, we have a decent amount of money in your bank account, and by decent I mean millions, where you can
Where
afford
you can have a
to
nanny and
hire
everything.
the resources that you need for you to be roses and smiling every day.
And I want to take the opposite of it too. Like, or unless you're on a homestead and you built up a community and you're part of a system that works to support each other, and you
Well,
Yes.
are
that's true.
having different people around you that is able to build you and help you when it comes on to childcare, housework, and even just meals. There is a beauty and something I strive for, to eventually have community. And I know that it's not as easy as it sounds, because a lot of we are in a selfish world. In all honesty, we
Hmm.
are. And sometimes it takes a lot of healing and breaking certain I wouldn't say generational curses, but mostly like
Traumas,
getting out of the trauma
trauma
are the things that
bonds.
have
Mm-hmm.
affected us when we were younger, because a lot of that is shaping how we attack life, right? So having
Right.
that support and having people around you, building that community, can make you have a good life. It's going to come with its constraints, of course, but at the end of the day, it's like it's either you're super rich with the help and able to afford certain things and afford people to come in and do duties around you that make it easier, or you just live in a homestead or a community where you have that support.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Right.
uh
I
it,
think too,
yeah.
probably, yeah, well, I think I have that where I have the help because it's an extended family. Um, I do have the help where, when my job is like, sometimes I do have jobs in the week, on the weekends and stuff. And I have that where I can say, my mother-in-law can watch the baby or babe watch the baby and stuff. But balancing, Lord Jesus, the relationship, listen, a relationship drop off. Like, as in, it's hard. I think if you don't consciously make the decision to work, like, say, hey, you're a mom, you're a dad, but at the end of the day, you are a couple aside from that, or even just you're Chantal aside from that. Like, listen to me. You see, the initial part of having baby, of motherhood, I was going crazy because I just wanted to get everything done. Like, okay, the baby clothes are there to wash, get it washed. The house is supposed to clean, get it clean, and everything I wanted to get done. Until I remember talking to this older woman, and she was saying to me that, listen, you have to leave the clothes sometimes, you have to leave the house sometimes because you need to rest. And I think we don't understand rest until we're mad. Until it really gets to us mentally,
Girl,
then we say, listen, all right, I really can't lift this. Mentally, me can't lift this.
where does that
So
where
it
does
just
that
has
hyper
to be.
independence come from? Nisi
Ah,
just said
where
Watching
it.
does
my
that
Like
come
it's a
mother,
from?
trauma
But
bond. No,
yeah,
it's a
it's
trauma
true.
bond.
It's
Like it's
true.
what you saw.
watching my grandmother be a workaholic, go to
It's true.
market, come back, cook, clean, get up around 5 o'clock, do it all again. And I was like, where is all this time when me know in a motherhood? Like when she did I get up and
Okay,
I do
but
it and then
wait.
she done
When your
everything.
grandmother was doing it, right? When your grandmother was doing it, was she the most pleasant person towards you?
Oh
Was
hell
she
nah.
short, high tempered,
Oh
clot you, you're
God.
so clot you,
Oh
this
God.
so?
Oh God.
Okay. And that's
Right.
a direct link between the two. Like they are overworked, they are tired, and so now they have no
Hmm.
patience to deal with you.
They have no
Girl,
patience, right?
And look at
ghetto.
that, my grandmother and my grandmother was not doing like a full-time work. She was literally a housemaker.
A
Like
homemaker.
she
Hmm.
wasn't, yeah, a homemaker. She was literally not going to craft market. Like when she was now a grandmother, she was not going to craft market like she was doing when she had her kids. She was more staying at home. And look at that, she still had the frustration. She still had the
Hmm.
frustration of still waking up from 5 o'clock. And me and girl wake up 5 o'clock, go a sea, go buy fish, come back,
Hmm.
scale fish,
Hmm.
cook fish,
Oh my God.
All that,
cook
wash
food, all
clothes,
of
clean
that.
house,
And
you
maybe
name
did
it,
have to
they've done it.
still and did have to throw up our body. But like all me I say is
Yeah.
like, that is a lot. That is
That is a
a lot.
lot.
That is
I
a
remember
lot.
saying one thing. I think I was really, really overwhelmed at one point, and I think I was saying it to my mother-in-law, and I said to her that, how did you have kids? Like, I think she has five, six. I said, how did you deal with it and not like go through a mental breakdown? She don't even like understand like postpartum depression.
Because they don't have the
Like
language. They
and
didn't
then
have the
also
don't
and then
language.
like,
also some of us grew up in
yeah.
extended family, so we had mothers around us like that went through
Mhm.
motherhood, like they had the sister or they had a cousin that was living in the house. For me, I grew up in an extended family, and they had
Mm.
my grandmother, they had siblings, they have cousins that went through what they are going through, compared to us that took a leap of faith and left, right? You leave the house and you are now having like a neutral family and live on your own, and you have to figure out the help that you need to get, right? Chantel, you are still living in an extended family, and you are able to
Right.
get that well support needed, compared to, like, for example, Sashika and I. Sometimes childcare is a push and a pull.
Pause right
And
there.
Mhm.
Let's
yeah.
talk about it. Okay, let's talk about
Okay,
it.
we're going to talk about childcare. Here we
I
go.
just did tours for daycare. $2,200 a month. US dollars. So let me be specific here. 2,200 USD. Okay? All right. Continue.
I just gotta ask you
What?
when you're gonna push keys, because because all in all honesty, that is somebody's mortgage.
That's daycare. That's not
What?
school.
That is
That's
somebody rent.
daycare. Not preschool. Daycare.
Daycare. And then also
Oh my
I was
God.
paying $18 an hour, and I think it was like $17 an hour, $18 an hour for childcare. And me that come home and see shit in a Azela Bati.
Oh my God.
Like,
No.
it
Mm-mm.
is it.
Mm-mm.
And no, on all honesty, like, I get it, the whole idea of people not wanting to work but just basic care. Come on. And
Like
for
that's so that sound like the other day when I spoke to my daughter's principal. I was asking her why is it that we're buying toiletries, because it's the same thing. Kara came home, like I was watching her
poo,
panties and poop in
poo,
her panties,
yeah,
and I'm like, what basic care? Like, yeah, a lot of people don't have that, but them just want to collect the money. But yeah,
exactly. And my issue with that is they are young. If there's poop in their bottom, it can easily go to crack because it's babies. It can easily move
mm-hmm.
from the butt there to the vagina. And also, that is why you have to be like mindful of your child, watch your child, look at your child. Because what I started to observe with Azela was she was itching her vagina, something that was new to me. Like, she was itching it. And when I was
Yeah.
starting to look, cause girl, me I look, and I
Mhm.
was like opening up, looking, and it was irritated and red. And then you start looking at underwear and you see like stuff in our underwear. And then one day I come from work and she said, "Mommy, my bottom itch." And then I look at her bottom and there was poop in there.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
this is maybe why people need to be stay-at-home parents. I make the man them go to go work, because it's like you'll be able to have a holistic
To
care
take
for your
care.
child. Like, you can take care, which I think, and naturally sometimes I think about it. I said, you know maybe more than, no, I'm too modern for that. But at the end of the day, I'm too modern for that. More my
Modern
money,
for
more my money. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like you understand where they were coming from, because they are able to fully take care of their child
Mhm.
hmm
and be
I mean,
present.
I mean,
the times were
it
different
can be
too.
overwhelming.
The
Yeah,
times were different.
Yeah,
Like your mother-in-law Chantal, the time when she had her kids, it was a different time compared to now that you have Kai. Right?
yeah,
The times were
right,
yeah,
right.
different.
yeah,
My thing, I mean, I love, so with me, I'm working for myself. Like, it's hard, but I can say, like, I mean, I appreciate it and I'm happy that I get the time to spend here with Kara, because, like, I know, like, you can't come and tell me, or probably like with school can't say something and I don't know
yeah,
about my child. You
yeah,
understand? Because it's not just dropping her off at school. She's in aftercare. I'm picking her up and then she's gone to bed. I'm home working. I have like hours. Like I jot out hours for her to like just probably teach her or just be with her in that hour or two. So it's like for me, like being home, working from home, it's like something that's I guess, I mean, it's modern because I'm still working. Nobody never work from home, and I take care of pickies either.
Yeah,
Either.
yeah.
So
You're a working stay-at-home mom.
Mom. And that's the
I
beauty
hate that
about
for me,
no,
but
no,
okay.
no. Love it for you. Love it for you. Because for us that is clocking
Honey,
in,
no.
So the dirty
me
work.
know. But for us that is clocking in and dealing with well, Chantal and Imbo Chantal, Sasha and I are in like healthcare where we have to be dealing with people on a day-to-day basis.
On a
And
day to
trust
day,
me, the
right?
struggle is real because you are mentally and physically exhausted, and then you have to come home and try to be present for your family. And I am
That's
Key
true.
emphasis on try.
try. No, no, no. Yeah, try because sometimes when I clock in, I'm a clock in. Sometimes when I come in from work, it
It's
is
clocking
shower
in.
and
It's
bed.
clocking in.
I
I
clock
say
into
this all the
sleep.
time. I
Clock
say
into
this all the
sleep.
time. I wake up in the mornings. I leave home. I clock into my 9 to 5. I clock out. And when I come back home, I clock in again.
Yep. Yep.
Because the moment I step through those doors, Arya is like this white on rice on me and
Dude.
needs my undivided attention. So to answer your
Imagine.
question, how do I
Yeah.
balance? I
Yeah.
don't. You thought I was going to say something fabulous? I don't.
I
There,
don't.
to me, the word balance sounds like a joke. Like it just sounds like a joke. There's no way in hell I can balance
And
parenting,
and especially
working,
yeah.
cooking, cleaning,
Yes.
sexing. I can't do
Yes.
it.
Can't do it.
I cannot do it.
No, no, no,
Like
no. I will balance that.
I just can't do it. Like there's
Listen.
just it would seem as though there's not enough hours in the day and you're tired. Why not laugh? This is serious.
I'm laughing because right after, like right now, I have to plan sex.
Yes, guys, I said plan because there is so many things to do and you only have so many hours in a day. But not because we plan it, it doesn't mean that there is not days when it's spontaneous. Of course, there are days when you don't have much to do, when one thing leads to another. But for the most part, I'm talking about for the most part, I have to plan it because we have just a busy schedule between my husband and I. But yes, of course, we do have days where we have that level of spontaneous activities.
Like I have to
And
schedule
it's
it
not
into my
fun.
time.
That's not
Yeah,
fun
it
though.
is not fun, but guess
Not
what? At
boring.
least I'm getting it in. It's
No.
like not getting it in
See,
Oh
at all.
my
I
that
have to get
doesn't
it
work for
in.
me.
A
It doesn't work.
child. I have to schedule. I have to schedule
Not
because
Chantal over here dying.
if she's just dying
no,
because
because like
Goody
I'm
is work
like,
from
listen
home
to
and she can
me.
toot it up all when in the middle of something. She can
No,
just
let
toot
me
up
tell
and
you, that's the
ready.
thing, and that's the thing. You have to be just ready all the
No,
time.
No,
Goody, no.
I
no,
don't even
Who are
wear.
you?
no.
I don't.
Child, I will just
Look
lay
here.
there with my
I
legs spread
said,
open. Me,
but that's the
ready.
thing. So you see,
No emotion that
I
day. Me
just
just lay
walk
down
her.
and I
So
wonder
when I
about when me I go wash. Me.
stop it, stop
No,
it.
this is
What?
true. We're laughing, but this is actual reality. That's just the truth of
It
it.
is.
Oh my
Like, I
god.
have to, there are times when I have to go into the bathroom and stand in front of the mirror and give myself a pep talk. Like, okay, it's game
We're going
time.
to
You're
do
going to
that.
do this.
And then when I go back in there, drop
I
asleep.
hate my friends.
When you go back,
I hate
when you're
my
done with your
friends.
pep talk, when you go back, you see turn and drop asleep.
Oh my god.
This is my
What
reality.
has
Did you want,
motherhood done to
did you want
us?
me to come on here and lie? This is the truth. This is the truth. I'm not laughing.
Look here, a whole heap of time we
No.
even schedule it, and it's where we go and talk about. Okay, we're gonna do this. Just give me a minute. Good, good. Wake up in the morning, Defan. What we did I go do? What we did I
Mm-hmm.
go do?
What?
Nothing. Nothing. Girl,
But
tired.
I think
Tired.
also, I think when it comes to that, and we're probably jumping ahead because I'm sure this question is somewhere down the pipeline.
Maybe.
But like when it comes to that, um, it's more than all the hats that you're juggling. I feel like it depends on the person too, and just how you
Yeah.
are as a person in that
Yeah.
way to begin with. Like, I'm not would Jamaican consider say I have white liver? Like, I don't consider myself that way.
You see
Chantal, we
all
know
of
say
that.
you.
You see
Yes,
all
we know.
I had
We
it when I
know.
was in
if
college.
ever.
I had it in college, but like in like with balancing life and work and kids,
There's no balancing.
There is no,
We
well,
are
no
balanced.
balancing. Like literally, you're just on the string and you just go up and down, but we no level. So it's like
On a level.
it's like you're on one of them pole the way people then walk across in a circus. It never ever just straight. It just go up and down, up and down. And somehow we are just hang on for dear life. And in all honesty, it is really rough to think about it, to think that this is what it is, this is where it is at, because Ryan and I are coming from college days where we usually hump like rabbits, and then now we are here and we be like, oh, we don't have work tomorrow, what you think, and I'll be like, but me have to
We're
get up
old.
and do laundry, so we have to really do it at a certain time in the early morning where we can actually get the energy to get up and do stuff. Because if you do it when me have something to go do, that not get done. That is another day, because as much as me want to think like me did young, I'm in my 20s, I am in my 30s, the knees are not the same, the back is not the same. So I have to bear in mind that there is no grease in the back and there's no grease in the knees.
Wow.
So, hello. It is what it is. This is what motherhood and marriage have done. And it is many of us reality.
Lord.
Girl,
I mean, it is.
it is.
I mean, if I feel like I feel like if I didn't, well, if I wasn't as active as I am, no, listen, low on sleeping, because I love to sleep. And yeah, it would have been that. I feel, no, but for real though, since I started working back out, like I feel different with all of that, because I remember the same thing that you said about, oh, I can't, we have to schedule it where if I have something in the morning to do, like, no, I have my classes at 5:30. If it past certain time in the night, it's just not gonna happen because I have to get up early in the morning. I would say it's a sad reality, but it's also, there's certain things in it that you're so happy, it happened, like motherhood.
Yeah.
But some of the time I tell you some more on motherhood.
Hello, talk about it.
In this heartwarming and relatable episode, we delved into the beautiful complexities of motherhood through the lens of friendship. As we followed the journeys of our diverse group of friends, it became clear that while motherhood is a unique and personal experience, the bonds of friendships can serve as a powerful source of strength, support, and understanding. Through the episode, we witnessed the highs and lows of each friend's motherhood journey. The candid conversations and shared experiences highlighted the importance of having a network of friends who genuinely listen, empathize, and offer a shoulder to lean on during both the laughter-filled and down moments. As we laughed and empathized with these two wonderful women in my life, it became evident that our friendships provided a safe space where they could openly discuss our fears, doubts, and triumphs without judgment. I hope this episode's exploration of the delicate balance between our personal life and the transformative role of motherhood resonated with you, my listeners, reminding us that it's essential for mothers to nurture their own dreams and aspirations alongside their responsibilities. In the end, the episode left us with a profound appreciation for the enduring power of friendship. Motherhood is a journey filled with uncertainties, but having a close-knit circle of friends can help navigate those uncertainties with grace and resilience. As we eagerly anticipate part 2, we look forward to continuing this heartfelt exploration of motherhood and friendship, knowing that these bonds will ultimately shape and enrich the lives of our characters in unexpected and meaningful ways. Before you go, let's drop a quick snippet of what to come next week.
And it's a journey, but it's a journey and it's growth, because this is a different, like, this is a change in your life. Were you a mother once? I always ask myself that. Were you a dialysis nurse when you just came into dialysis? Were you born into dialysis? Are you going to know everything? Are you going to know all the ins and outs? And that is also motherhood. Were you a mother before? All of us talk about mistakes that we made. I can think about mistakes that my mom made, and I don't think they were mistakes. She was just doing what she knew, or how she knew how to do what she was doing. And my mom was a teen mom, so you can just imagine, like, not being able to have certain resources present to you, or not having your partner then and there to help you through motherhood. So it's like, I try to tell like many of the persons that I speak to that are also mothers, and I'd be like, don't beat up yourself. Like, this is your first time doing this. You're going to make mistakes. Things are going to happen. You just have to always